The pipe that broke in Times Square early this morning was more than a century old.
And more than 1 million gallons of water poured into the subway system and streets, shutting down part of 7th Avenue and impacting tens of thousands of commuters. It wasn't the only water main break in the city today. CBS 2's investigative reporter Tim McNicholas has been digging into this issue of aging infrastructure across the city. So what have you been learning?
Christina, Maurice, there are more than 6,800 miles of water mains in New York City. That's enough to stretch to Los Angeles and back and then some. On average, at least one water main breaks every day in New York City. The pipe that broke in Midtown was more than 120 years old. And the water main break disrupted the commute for thousands.
This is simply emblematic of a larger problem that this country is facing with aging infrastructure.
In fiscal year 2023, the city says it responded to 402 water main breaks, the second lowest total on record, according to the Department of Environmental Protection. That same year, the city invested $769 million in new sewers and water mains.
Aging infrastructure is not always bad. They built stuff to last 100 some odd years ago, and it did its job for 125 years.
The New York City Department of Environmental Protection says New York City fares better than others when it comes to water main breaks. A spokesperson tells CBS 2 big cities across the U.S. average 25 breaks for every 100 miles of water mains, and New York City averages 5 breaks per 100 miles.
This happens in big towns, little towns, on the East Coast, the West Coast. This country is, over 200 years old, and cities like New York are over 300.
And Professor Lafer went on to say, when it comes to dealing with aging pipes, the $1 trillion infrastructure bill that passed in 2021 is a great start, but it's just a start. The city is investigating the cause of these water main breaks from this morning. Christina, Maurice.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.